Howdy, and welcome back to Anthology of the Killer by the Catamites. Last episode, we did Eyes of the Killer, and we got very immersed in theater. And this time, we have to say goodbye to our friend Katz, who had nothing to do with the immersive theater that we were doing, and continue on. And the exhibition, the Anthology of the Killer exhibition, maybe that's the word I was looking for last time. I feel like there was a different word that perhaps I was trying to land on, but never got there quite. Never quite got there, because we have the word exhibit, we have the word exhibition. Is this an art exhibition and each of these are exhibits? Is that what's happening here? Have I reached an agreement with what I'm referring to things as? Doesn't matter, because we are continuing on to Flesh of the Killer. We get to come in here and see a lot of headless statues in this exhibition, which I'm going to stick with. Headless portrait. We got the skeleton holding the skull. Got a trumpet, so you know that's some serious shit. We person over there like, hey, like the skeleton's like real, like, oh, you know, to be not to be whatever, you know, real artsy. And that one's just like, hey, skeleton, pretty cool. Love my skull. So yeah, we got Flesh of the Killer. Oh, we can see BB washing some dishes. We can see a figure in a strange hallway. We can see some art. We can see some more art. What was this? It was just like a statue with like almost like a lion or some kind of animal like that holding some kind of robe or curtain. And here's the poster for Flesh of the Killer. I actually haven't seen this one. I haven't made the thumbnail for this one just yet. And oh no, that dog's pulling away that bikini bottom, revealing 2 skulls for an ass. A lot of skulls, a lot of nudity. I mean, it is the flesh, so I guess let's get ready for some fleshy times and Flesh of the Killer. Flesh of the Killer. Oh, does BB have friends in this one? We can see a strange face in the background, some art. They're all wearing like a toga situation, it looks like. Not exactly sure there, but I guess we'll figure out as we go along. Flesh of the Killer. BB and her friends sneak into a tax-exempt freeport on the edge of the city. What kind of animal has been evolving underground in the Forbidden Museum of Moral Art? Oh, moral art. Oh, does that means there will be no immoral art in this episode? I'll have you know. Good to know. Thanks, Flesh of the Killer. The coast is clear. Up, this way. Stop treading on my robe. Okay, so they snuck into the exhibit wearing the togas. I probably don't need to do this. This is just my instinct to immediately be like, I'm going to explore everything that I can, even though it's not like we're going to like find like a pickup or somewhere like, oh, hey, you found the secret, you know, item that you need to get to the next level or the hidden level. You know, we just kind of continue on until the game tells us so. There must be some high quality crate. These are some high quality crates. This must be how rich people live. Which direction are we going in again? Are you a person? Yeah, you're a person. You're the one admiring the crates. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good crate. We all love a good box. And, you know, crates are just the boxes of holding stuff. BB, hurry with that light. Execute Omega tactics. I don't know what that means. Don't yell at me. It's good to know that BB has some friends, because so far the only person that we've seen BB interact with throughout multiple levels has been ZZ. But just good to know that she's hanging around with some kids her age? Question mark? I mean, BB's an adult, I guess. Like, she pays rent. Like, she's small. She's smaller than, like, the, you know, other characters. So perhaps they all are adults, but I mean, sneaking into a free... I don't know what a free port is, to be honest. I assume it's a shipping place, but we all are also going to the Museum of Moral Arts. So, So are we just a child who has to pay rent? Because, you know, it is a horror game, and that is pretty horrific. Wow, it's like being in a bank. Well, we kind of are. Those are the aesthetics of power. Stay alert. This specific hallway not hallway. Oh, I ended up somewhere weird. This like staircase with the I guess safety deposit boxes on the side reminds me a lot of one of the crypts for the theater in I believe in the original Interview, like the movie Interview with a Vampire. I don't think that specific room shows up in the show. I think it does. It just doesn't look the same. which is a weird thing for me to remember very specifically. I can't believe there's been no security so far. If I had stuff stored here, I'd be really irate. Maybe it's a Rhoda issue. I don't know what Rhoda means. Doesn't Rhoda a lot to... Okay. Stay alert. We're too conspicuous out here. You were the one who insisted we all dress this way. What are we even meant to be? I thought more statues would have heads. That way we would be disguised as virtues to blend in. Wait, we are? Which virtues? Well, let's see. There's Dusty, Gummo, Jurisprudence, and the one with the hair. Anyway, we're wasting time. Let's just get going. Boy, they really went all out. They really went all out. I thought this place was meant to be secret. Well, not to everyone. Got to get these kids' voices down. Not good at making that decision on the fly. It's just like wrestling a dog. Is this meant to be Heracles? I guess also probably Hercules if you don't want to be a dork about it. He looks a little off-brand. It's probably one of the donors, being portrayed as a god. It's one of the traditional benefits of art patronage. If either of you wants a Hercules Sona, just let me know. I'm friends with a guy online. You're going to have to give me the hookup for that to get a Hercules Sona. I always feel bad because I have a friend who's real into history and stuff, so I'm used to hearing Heracles, and then it's like, just say Hercules like a normal person. Don't be weird about it. I'm saying this to myself, they can do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. No unauthorized access. Oops, I guess we'll just head home. No, I saved for weeks for that big crate. Big crate is pretty... Oh, that's a Simpsons character hiding their junk with a skull. I mean, I guess BB's also yellow, but, people just be colors. It happens. It happens more often than you think. Hey, the stupid golden elevator's cordoned off. Leave it. What would we want to... What do we want should be right down the stair? Well, boy, my brain is like, I guess... I mean, it is, at the time of the recording, early August, my brain is boiling. It's here. I knew it'd be here. What'd be here? What were you looking for? Museum of Moral Art. So... the legends were true. BB, do the lead-in. Do the lead-in that we talked about. On March XXX, an expedition was assembled to confirm the exit... Boy. Let's just take this one from the top. On March XXXX, an expedition was assembled to confirm the existence of an urban legend. An attack-exempt Freeport just outside the city. Artworks are being stored for display in a private museum. Here to shine light on a murkier than normal corner of the art world are representatives of the major fields. Max, photography. Claude, art history. Ray, relational aesthetics. BB, zines. Oh, we have representatives of all the major fields. All findings to be submitted as an end-of-term group assignment for the community college. 20 credits. Well, now we know that they're of college age. It's good to know. I mean, college students still go and break into places. I definitely, over the pandemic, when it was just like, I just need to go for a walk, would find like buildings and just be like, hey, this door's open, and just walk through like a building I'm not supposed to be in. Just because I was like, this place looks weird. I'm going to go in. And if you just walk through a place, and also I'm white, it's just like, oh, no one notices that I probably shouldn't be here. But I mean, we're going to get 20 credits for that. It's been a while since I've been in college, but 20 credits sounds like a lot. Well, I hate to admit it, but this place is really very swish. I can feel my culture level rising just walking around. The hallway's paintings have a vanities theme and homage to the erotic skull art of yesteryear. Okay, let's see if I can remember their names. This one's Claude. One with the green hair is Max. And then the last one is Ray. Okay. I can remember our friends. It's a very useful technique of mine to remember the people who are supposed to be our friends. The catalog modestly lists assembled masterpieces: skull with ball, skull with fruit basket, skull with flesh, a devastating rebuke to the vanity and transitoriness of having flesh. How many of these are there? I mean, having flesh is a very short period of our entire existence. We live most of it as skeleton. A tasteful plaque acknowledges tax-deductible charity donations from Zackers of opioid industry fame. Wait, that can't be right. Is it Zacklers? Yeah, Zacklers. They changed their name to seem relatable to the younger juries. I mean, I was like, ooh, a Zackler. What's up with that? But also, as a Zack myself, Z-A-C-H or bust, you know, if you spell it wrong, all of a sudden we got beef. Even if it's like, this person's cool, but their name is like mine, but spelled differently and incorrectly, in my opinion. What's this one called? World of Skulls by MT Lot. Yeah, I guess it's good fun to have a theme. I mean, that is a World of Skulls. That skeleton is, you know, like, hey, welcome to the World of Skulls. We can go left or right, so I'll always head off to the left and see where this takes us. Apparently, moral art is going through a boom period right now on account of all the murders. Who says there's no ethical way to make money? I wonder how much all of these are worth. Wash your hands. I mean, that's just useful. But you see, it's artsy because this eye is crying tears that they're washing their hands with. Oh, the entire theme is just washing your hands. You know, my nephew could probably use to go through this hallway. Certificates of Providence. Certificates of Providence hang discreetly on the walls to let you know that you're not being imbued with any counterfeit morals. Some of the countries these were taken from no longer exist. Oh, it's weird. It's weird how museums end up working out like that, you know? The canvases are all come pre-enclosed in little Ziploc wrapping to prevent scuffs during trades and resales. The little touches are always what you're paying for. Yeah, you know, you got to put your Van Gogh in a Ziploc, make sure it stays safe. Oh, the clown room. We love this. Clowns regard me from north, south, east, and west. I guess this place is still enough of a traditional museum to have a cursed feeling children's recreation area. Yeah. That's just a clown room. Ray seems to be going through it. Hey, BB, check this out. It's a collection of children's book illustrations. Look here, there's 4 children in a Lamasu. Is that the one where they all get hit by a truck on entering puberty? That does sound like a children's book. Sure does. This one looks familiar, isn't it? Pleasant Child and Horrible Child. My favorite was always the Horrible Child. I mean, looking at them, Horrible Child does look like he's going through something, you know, could have a lot of fun with Horrible Child. It looks like we need a pass to get through the door, but you're able to pick locks, right? Why would you think that? Okay, so we're not able to get through. We need a pass. I always love the slopes in this game. BB kind of bops down them, I guess based on how the physics work or whatever. It's just cute. Okay, so we can come back because we do need a pass. So I suppose we're supposed to go back this way and then come back as our friends split off. I must admit, I could get used to a museum without any crowds. Even the security seems very discreet. I could really believe we're the only living people here. I always thought art had to be stored cold, but the air in here is tropical and humid, like being in a reptile house. Maybe they're trying out a new technique. Mistrust the stranger. You know, it's good to keep your head on a swivel, you know, with people you don't know, but you can't always just mistrust people just because you don't know them. Another themed collection. Mistrust the stranger. Look out for stranger. Who's there? A stranger. Hands tap your shoulder. It's the stranger. All the hits. Yeah. The hits. Even if they've repeated some of these paintings. But, you know, that's how you know that it's real art, because they make you look at it and you're like, didn't I see this? And you go back and you're like, I have seen this. But what does it mean? That I'm seeing it again. I wonder if being around all these paintings is making me more moral. Maybe they make you sign a waiver if you work here, just in case. Because you come out just feeling so fucking moral that, like, it's like, hey, this is kind of a liability, to be honest. Oh, that's a nice owl. Hey, I recognize this. Klopstock's 3 owls impaling a naked woman on a sword. It's on loan from the lobby of the police department. Yeah, that checks out. That does check. Oh, that's an incredible elephant. Oh, I hate these ones. There was a print in my bedroom when I was a kid. I always thought the elephant changed position a bit whenever I looked the other way. Look away, look back, look away, look back. Hasn't changed just yet, but, you know, maybe that's to come. And Max seems to be enjoying it. I always just thought they were weird. What are they even meant to represent? Well, the story that if you hold your hand out to an elephant, it'll place its paw softly on yours and look you dead in the eye. Hand plus hand, elephant. There's not equal signs there, so you're supposed to multiply elephant by hand. Or, well, I mean, I guess it's hard to say because there's not like a division line in it. But how they line up, it's questionable, but we could assume that you're supposed to do hand times elephant and then plus hand would be the correct order of operations there. I guess. I mean, it's not laid out like a math problem up beyond the plus, so I probably shouldn't have gone there. If you're a good person, it will simply shake your hand, but if you're a bad person, it will stomp down and maim you instantly. I used to have nightmares about it. What's moral to an elephant? That's a great question. Where do animals' morals lie? You know, they're animals. They don't think like us. Their morals aren't the same as ours. But, I mean, if an elephant judged me as amoral, I mean, I think I just have to accept it. Like, yeah, I mean, that's what the elephant said. Sure. Anyway, Claus says it's probably just a metaphor for man's dominance over Earth or something. No, it sounds real. I watched a documentary about this. A sign on the wall announces that this is the Hall of Morally Improving Mechanisms. I hope they at least rinse these things out before display. Morally improving mechanisms. Boy, you know, some of these may be enhanced morally improving mechanisms. Wanpaku Dead Wife. Oh boy, new media. This one's a cabinet for Wanpaku Dead Wife, the video game that makes you cry, from medium auteur Joe Grown. How many dead wives can you collect? I think my top score is 8. Wow. 8 dead wives is quite a lot of dead wives. BB is quite impressive. This guy knows how to party. The moral meter? Instructive moral diorama from the 19th century depicting doleful fates of those who commit simony. Simony? What's this on the side? Cabinet 28 of 246. Please insert coin. Okay, well, we can see a statue with its head on, the Twin Peaks one. I mean, it's not actually from Twin Peaks, but you know what I mean. I assume another statue just holding the snake. Snake's like, yo, I love this. I love being held. A nude, headless, and mostly limbless. Well, it's like it's missing the end of its limbs, but has, you know, the beginning bits, you know, lounging, presenting a pepis, and then in the corner, the devil. I don't know if it's from the Bible or not, but I mean, some kind of devil. Morality Animal by Empty Lot. The plinth is empty. Isn't this kind of conceptual gesture a little played out? I mean, that is a fair point, BB. That kind of like, you know, like, oh, there's nothing there, because is there a morality animal? This part feels like a storage area, but for pieces that were insufficiently good or insufficiently moral or what? Like that clown up there. That's not moral at all. No morals being given from that clown. Oh, and we found our pass. Hey, someone left their second floor key card around. Maybe they were overcome by aesthetic effect. That's funny that we got a key card in the first game, Voice of the Killer, and haven't seen that until now. Now we're seeing that mechanic again. Over here are some haphazard paintings of people in security uniforms smiling and playing the harp. Well, at least I can see why these didn't make the cut. Yeah, you know, people don't want to, like, you know, don't want to think about the cops, because when I think about the cops, I definitely don't think about morality. So let's just get out of here. It's interesting that they're making us go back through all of these exhibits, I guess just in case you missed them. Whereas when we left the area where we needed the pass, the children's frightening zone. Oh, hey, that looks different. You know, it warped us back out, but that's because things have changed. The elephant has moved positions. Max, are you still here? Why is everything knocked about? This is exactly why I prefer to go off by myself. Yeah, and the paintings are moving now. You know, the elephant, hand plus hand elephant isn't different. It's just these ones with this guy, this fucking guy doing his thing, which I guess maybe we'll be meeting you in Flesh of the Killer. There was an elephant on the poster at the beginning of the game. Yeah, she's saying the same thing again. Is this going to take us straight to the children's zone? No, we got to go back through. It doesn't seem like there's new interaction points though. Yeah, she's saying the same thing too. I remember the ethical boom because of the murders. But we have the key card now. Ray's in the same spot. Max seems to have disappeared. And who knows where... Chase? I don't think the other kid's name was Chase, but it's gone to me. Like I said, one of my great abilities is to remember people's names who are ostensibly my friends. Pondering the Immutable, Empty Lot. There's sure a lot of paintings by this guy. It's no surprise. Ever since his first appearance, Empty Lot was recognized as one of the leading lights of neo-moral art. Oh, neo-morals. I'm excited to learn, how morality has developed into its newest and latest form. His work includes refreshing updates on classic motifs, knife safety, don't wake papa, repayment of a debt. This cynical age was won over anew by the elegance of these simple but lasting moral themes. Yeah, don't wake papa is a very, very moral theme. So what happened to him? Well, he was eventually arrested for eating a woman, but that doesn't mean his work has nothing to teach us. Yeah, you got to separate art from the artist, obviously. He has so much to teach us about morals. Perhaps it's moral to eat a woman. Incidentally, isn't putting moral art museum inside of Freeport kind of a mixed message? Well, traditionally, tax evasion counts as a political issue rather than a moral one. How about trespassing? That one's actually moral again. They really get you coming and going with these things. Man, it smells rank in here. I wonder if it's some kind of secret art preservation strategy. Well, that's what we're here to learn. And we're seeing paintings we've seen before. The guy isn't moving anymore, but he's not in the elephant zone anymore, so he no longer holds dominion over us. Susanna and the Stranglers. Hey, a new empty lot. That's the wrong voice. I've never heard of that one. I wonder if it was found after his death. I don't really have a voice for this kid, just like how I forgot his name. Chase? Well, the paint is still wet. Oh, the paint is very, very wet. Normally you're not supposed to walk towards the thing. Like, that's gonna be bad, but we're gonna walk towards the thing. Perhaps this is an empty lot. That was pretty cool, the shift with like the it looked like a 3D like mask moving in. It might have just been like the effect of like how the art looked. Also BB looking back and forth like, oh shit. Guys, are you seeing this? I thought we might have some kind of trouble. Just leave this guy to me. Oh shit, it's got a knife. Gonna get you, man. I was the #1 delinquent of my Hans Orbist reading group. Yeah, that makes sense. Run! Yeah, let's get out of here. I am in control. So, assumedly, empty lots coming after us. I really like this monster design. Like, even without the mask, it was like, like eye with a bunch of arms, some like wings. It's pretty good. But then putting on the mask, it's like, oh no, this is great now. And it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get out. Statues are blocking our way. I don't think didn't seem like I was able to juke a potentially empty lot. So, oh, hey, BB didn't get like captured last time. I guess she did by the bears. But yeah, now we return into a statue. What is this? Why am I holding a vase? I'm sure there was a good reason. In this, the best of all possible worlds. But now I better get back to my tour. There are 88,000, more rooms in the Pantheon to see. Okay, so BB's been statuized. The walls have become kind of like 3D texture flesh, like brain flesh kind of deal. There's some slime gooping down, some grass poking through the floor. Perhaps just slime on the ground. Looks like grass, though. But our friends the skulls are here, so we can't worry too much. I mean, BB doesn't seem to be concerned about being a statue now, so why should we be concerned? Such poignance and elegance in these statues. How beautiful in every respect. It makes me want to scream, and I don't know why. I guess that's what they mean by disinterested contemplation. That's probably what they mean. Let's go this way because we can see a point of interest over here, and we can like loop back around because I think it makes a circle. Well, although shake hands. Well, although everything here is beautiful and classical as can be, I'm starting to feel a little unease. I don't remember how I got in here, and there seems to be no exits. Also, who's making that sound? Who wants to shake hands? We already did that one. Hands of the killer. Old news. Yeah, this seems to just loop back around to where we came from. So it was just an alternate way to go if you didn't care about hitting the point of interest, and I probably shouldn't stay that close to the wall since it seems to be upsetting the camera. We'll continue onwards so we can learn who wants to shake hands. Shake hands. Lots of vases. I mean, oh, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Let me eat you. Or let me eat yum yum. Shriek. It wasn't even let me eat you. It was just let me eat. Hate. I hate it. Wait, did I just fall out of painting? And we're no longer statuized. Also, you can see in BB's portrait right there. Lot of hate. So much hate coming out of her. She's got a little angry, like, squiggle, like, smoke. Well, I prefer not to think about that. Right now, I just want to escape from the museum before I end up in an award-winning traveling corpse exhibition. There we go. Boom. I said that word at the beginning of the video. Why can't I say it now? There's Max and Ray, but the paintings are too high up for me to get at by myself. I hope they're trapped in better visions of the good than I was, at least. I mean, Max has got a skull, and Ray seems to be having fun running away from the clown. So, I mean, you know, seems to be going good for them. And conveniently for me, the child whose name I don't remember seems to be the one that's still out there somewhere. Wet paint mixed into multicolored sludge drips down the walls. An inscrutable moral tableau can be dimly glimpsed underneath. I can hear gloved hands scuttling on marble tile ahead. Oh, look at BB's like posing with the skull. Like it looks like almost like on to me, it invokes like a pirate ship, kind of like holding the skull and doing like a little kissy face for like a selfie or something. On a desk holding an apple, like putting her foot up on the desk. And we've seen this one. We've talked about the tennis one. I like that one. Blobby, misshapen pseudo-BBs grin back at me from the walls, holding tennis rackets, tiny dogs, frozen images of my own best life. Did I escape in the middle of conversion into a moral icon? Oh, yeah, here we go. That wasn't like a foot. That's like a bell, maybe? I'm not sure. Either blowing into a horn, or she has like a huge cigar right here, and there's like some dinosaurs in the background. Washing hands. Yeah, we've seen these ones. Smiling reflections reach towards me from every side. For a second, I want to climb back into the canvas, and maybe all that stops me is a deep desire to remain annoying instead. Yeah, wanting to remain annoying will keep you going. Hey, this door is just a painting. Hey, is this a door or just a painting of a door? Ah! I guess I walked into that. Is this a different paint world? The air here feels less reverent, thick with smoke like rotten eggs. Like we have the 3D texture again, but it's more like entrails as opposed to like brain goop. And we're like wading through like some sludge, perhaps more paint. There seems to be some other guests here enjoying the art. Or enjoying being part of the art, perhaps. In their filthy cave outside the good, there lurk the strangers, waiting to commit unspeakable crimes for unintelligible reasons. They watch me, but make no move to chase, busy haunting the doors of their ideal. Oh yeah, we're all haunting the doors of our ideal. Get over it. The killer, perhaps? I mean, there's Birdface. Don't see a lot of the killer so far, you know. We've only had one run-in. We've seen references to the killer. But not so much of the killer themselves. When I climb back out, I'm in some kind of boardroom, part of the Freeport's executive suite. The managers hang upon the walls, mean ex-cops and art world toadies locked in moral display. Yeah, red man with balloon, blue guy getting eaten by some kind of bird thing. Like that straight up looks like a Super Metroid Chozo statue. And red guy with a balloon. That's just like a Kojima game, like a boss fight. Like, oh, it's red man with balloon. Fuck. Over here, there are pictures of directors, anonymized to protect the safety of the city's leading families. Still, the glaring red eyes are sort of familiar. Yeah, we've seen glowing red eyes. We're used to it. What's this over here? Mission statement: the horrible murders the city have driven renewed interest in moral ideas. To protect existing investment, a vault, a marvelous vault, secures the eternal verities from tax responsibility. I don't know what verities means. There is some comfort to know that when everyone is dead, morality can last forever. Eternal verities, I assume, has something to do with like morals or whatever would be my assumption. This are like the verities being like someone who practiced morals, perhaps because they're talking about protecting them from tax exemption. A little display full of corporate promo materials. They look extremely unread. Hey, not yet. Wait a minute, BB, is that you? Claude. See, I was close with Chase. Hey, I'm glad you're all right. I wasn't sure whether or not you, Why are you whipping yourself with what looks like a security lanyard? Well, the thing that got Ray was some kind of morality robot, right? So I thought maybe if the rest of us, repented and tried to adopt its teachings. I'm not taking moral lessons from a mechanical lion. It hasn't even been elected. How can nobody in this town go 10 minutes without starting a cult? I think the same thing, BB. Not just about your town. We'll go find Ray and Max quick, and then vamoose. I thought they'd both be turned into paintings. It's not so bad. It gives you new perspective. I mean, that is true. We got some new perspective as a painting, learning about the strangers and such. No, the boardroom we were... Oh, I popped my neck. Not too hard, but just enough that I tilted it, and it popped just enough that I was like, oh, it normally doesn't crack that much whenever I move that little. More paintings. I wonder if being trapped inside these things is some kind of ironic punishment for trespassing in the museum. The world of morality weirdly resembles that of cheap slasher films. Huh. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, actually, especially when you consider Friday the 13th. I blanked on Friday the 13th's name because I don't really... Some of the later ones are fun just because they get real stupid, but I'm not a big Friday the 13th fan. But, since the first one's don't have teen sex, don't do it, stay abstinent. I mean, you shouldn't have sex with a teen. But, as a teen, you understand. You're intelligent. We don't gotta lay it all. You get it. But, oh, that was great. Because BB will turn, but Claude doesn't turn, so Claude will just kind of walk backwards. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. I mean, it makes sense, not wanting to make another animation for Claude. Let's perhaps go this way. Or should we just, dare? It's not moving. It probably won't... Oh, that's Claude. Right? Most moral outlooks come down pretty hard on that. If a lion could have morals, I don't think we'd understand them. Back away and don't make eye contact. Well, let's just poke a little. Just a little poke. What's back here? Maybe, it's empty, but there could have potentially been some cool art back here of oh hey, you came back here, why'd you come back here, stupid? I'm glad you did. You get to see this cool art now. But we should probably get going because, like BB said, if a lion did have morals, we probably wouldn't understand them. So we should probably get going. Empty Lot celebrated a moment of moral awakening occurred after the artist watched 1,000 hours of children's cartoons on a dare. That is true. Watching children's entertainment does make you more moral than everyone else. If what I hear happens on Twitter and Tumblr, in fandom spaces, if what I hear is to be believed, it seems like that makes you incredibly moral and great at judging other people. Realizing morality was too important to be left to human fallibility, he set about embodying it in immortal objects known as works of art. Using capital acquired from his many supporters in the NGO space, he soon began work on his most ambitious project yet, the unfinished remains of his work. About the artist, probably not very helpful at this point. Yeah, I mean, it seems like his masterpiece seems to be coming after us, so we should probably get going. Hey, the canvases here were all stripped bare, well, except for that one. This reminds me of one of the final rooms from Ib. I think that's how you say the name. IB Ib. I always just say Ib, but I could be wrong. Oh, and we can see Max and Ray in there with the lion chilling. The lion's just chilling there. It's a friend. Garden 2 by Empty Lot. Is it me, or does this one seem a bit more worked than the others? And we see the hand coming behind us. We're not made of paint this time. Uh-oh. Realism. In the lion's garden, the air is clear and smells like drying blood. Flower stalks are shaking in the lack of wind. Somebody's looking at me. I can't see. Someone is looking to eat me. Hey, you doing good, bud? I mean, we can hear the lion in the background. We can see lions in the skybox. I assume that these two are the same asset lion. That yellowy one in the background. There's also like a grayish one. The garden is well tended, but not for me. I can glimpse the rightful owners stalking around me through the grass. I know there are more lions since I can't see them. Something close is licking blood from its jaws. Yeah, this is some big-ass sunflowers. I mean, I thought this was supposed to be realism, but these sunflower this big, that's not realistic at all. The statuary here is jumbled, but offers no place a paw can't reach. Marble faces watch me with the eyes of lions. Something behind me climbs out of the rubble and slinks away. I carefully avert my eyes. Yeah, if we don't look at the lion can't see us. It's easy. It's not hot here, but it's close, and without realizing I'm covered in sweat, plastering my hair down and falling in my eyes. My back is sore. I realize I've been tensing it, waiting for the pounce. But, maybe they won't pounce, Lions are just big cats, and sometimes cats just, they just chill all day and don't do anything. And look, our friends are here. We got Max, we got Ray, we have Claude, not Chase. So I assume it's fine. Hey, BB, I thought the elephant got you. Let's not talk about the elephant. What are you guys up to? Waiting to die. I wonder what happens when you die here. Do you just become another moral prop like all the vases, cherubs, bowls of fruit, circulating endlessly from painting to painting? What, so you think the lion just responds to moral iconography without knowing what any of it means? It's just mechanical pattern recognition? I don't know. I was just sort of complaining. And here it comes. And oh Lord, is he coming. Sire, greetings. You're just in time for the opening act of an instructive moral play. Would you like to sit in on the first act? Oh, BB's putting that immersive theater work to use. Verily esteemed parent, with courtesy and desire for self-betterment, I ask thee, what is it that is best in life? Prithee, son, difference to duly constituted authority is the first step to the path of wisdom. The most important thing of all is wash your hands. I mean, I can't disagree with Claude here. Wasn't that beautiful? Perhaps with patience and compassion, we may all someday... Now! It's me, the horrible child. Oh no, you hate when you get got by the horrible child. Quickly, hit it while it's down. Sic Semper! The last king with the entrails of the last priest. Get his ass! How long does it take to beat a robot to death? The answer may surprise you. Despite everything, I find myself drawn to these portraits of the good, the right life congealed into an inert, frozen object world, safe from the back and forth of creaturely existence. Snapshots from a place as alien as to the canyons of Mars. There's just a lady just laying with tarp on, holding some flowers, big guitar, skull, some bottles, living the good life. Who are you talking to? Come on, we found a fire exit. For real? Oh, well, never mind. Before leaving, we took stock. There wasn't much left standing in the Freeport where the lion had passed. I was sort of worried we'd accidentally wiped out the international art market in the tumult. But according to the papers, the paintings continue to be bought and sold as though nothing had changed. MT Lot's influence continued to spread. There was even a children's cartoon to better convey his moral teachings in the contemporary form. This adaptation was mostly known for the volume and variety of pornographic fan art it inspired. Yeah, children's cartoons seem to do that for some reason. And there's our boy MT Lot with his lion mask, I guess. So yeah, that was Flesh of the Killer. Kind of an interesting name for this, seeing as I guess we had a lot of skeleton imagery early on, and BB commented on transcending the flesh, but the flesh itself wasn't too important over the course of the story, I guess. Thinking about it in a literal flesh sense, but I guess none of the games so far have been literal. Like Voice of the Killer, I believe, was represented by the sound of the ocean, and the hands of the killer weren't like the killer's literal hands. There were like the cult who were like, we're acting as the hands of the killer. Drool of the Killer, there was water. Drool is water. Eyes of the Killer, we were doing immersive theater. The eyes of the audience were upon us, and what was being viewed was the point. So eyes, flesh. The flesh was transcended, whether it be by skeleton or by becoming painting. This is a fun little optical illusion where, if you get far enough back, it kind of, the textures line up and you can kind of see the full thing. as you go on. But yeah, that was Flesh of the Killer. So we are five games down, 4 left. We're over halfway through Anthology the Killer. I've been really enjoying it thus far. It definitely leans more towards the comedy than the horror, but I mean, I've said this before, the horror is more existential. There are chase sequences, but it is comedy, horror, comedy first. I already said this. Yeah, I'm having a good time, and hopefully we'll continue to have a good time with Anthology of the Killer. See y'all then.